I made the decision to move to Dubai literally 3 weeks. So the idea visited, and in 3 weeks my bags were packed and I was on an 8-hour flight moving across the borders to Dubai. And I'm going to tell you all about it and how all of that has happened, and has literally just been an act of obedience toward God and what has come about that. So let's get into this video. What was your experience with visa processing and documentation? So a couple helpful details when you're moving or visiting Dubai regarding your visa processes. When you're visiting, you get a visitor's visa. When you're coming here for work, there's a lot of options. There's freelancer visas. The UAE has a lot of visa options, and also just caters to people who are all over from the world and all the things, foreigners and all the things. And also that was also something that influenced my decision on me coming here. But I'm not gonna lie, I discovered that when I was already here. I feel like I didn't even have the opportunity to kind of think that through for too long, because when I started doing that research, I did that research with my flight having already been booked, because I don't like to allow myself too much of a window to think, oh, should I do something, should I not? No, trust God, do the thing, and let's move. So my initial coming here, I got a visitor's visa. And coming here, I got a visitor's visa simply because I just wanted to give myself time to take a look and really see, do I want to live here? So I stayed in an Airbnb, and that's where I was staying for the last 4 weeks. I was on a visitor's visa. And then thereafter, I then transitioned when I finally was like, okay, I do want to live here, and also trying to see my options, because I'm a content creator and I'm a freelancer, which means I work for myself. So what are the options for me? And then I changed my visa from a visitor's visa to a freelancer visa, because the freelancer visa allows for me to still do the work, the same work that I was doing while in South Africa here, because my work is all online. I do all of my work online. My fitness app is online. My clients are online. My content creation is online. All of my work is online. And I did want the option of possibly doing something in person. I would love to have, I am open to training people in person here in Dubai, but I just wanted to settle in before I kind of go into that world, because the fitness world in Dubai is incredibly huge. Those that are moving for work, employers often assist you with your residence visa. So if you're moving for work, like you found a company like on LinkedIn and all the things, your company that you're working with usually assists you with your residence visa. But if you're moving as an entrepreneur, you may apply for a freelance visa or an investor visa, and it's important to have your documents, so that's your passport, your employment contracts, your bank statements ready, and also to be very patient, because the process does take a couple of weeks. It can take to between 4 to 6 weeks. And another thing that I do want to mention, with applying for my Dubai visitor's visa, the only documentation that I needed was my passport, and then a passport size image of myself, which actually I took in my room at home, because I went and I got somebody to do it, and I wasn't impressed with the pictures. I said, you're not about to put me looking like that. Absolutely not. So I popped out my camera, I got out my phone and I said, listen, we're gonna take these pictures. And I took the picture in my room, edited it nicely, made it to look like a passport size image, and then that was it. So I needed my passport, I needed a passport size image, as well as just information on what I do, what's my job, and I filled in an online form, and that was it. I didn't need to prove in terms of like my financial, like how much I earn and things like that, which is another thing that I appreciated about applying for Dubai. There are some certain agencies that will ask of you to submit like a bank statement and all the things. For mine, it just never was an issue. But also I was always ready to present that information should it be needed, because you can get to the immigration and they ask for that information from you, and so you have to be ready to present that information. And so for me, I knew that my bank accounts, my bank statements, everything is in the clear to present that I am able to fund my stay for the duration of the time that I am in the country. And so for the times when I was visiting, I booked a return flight, because I knew that I was going back. But when I then came here knowing that I was moving, I booked a one-way flight ticket. So to answer the question that people usually have, is Dubai expensive? Any place in the world can be expensive. It really just depends on how you live. Obviously, if you're living in Monaco, you got Monaco money. Wow. Hook us up, tell us, give us the plugs. What are you doing? We need to know, because you got Monaco money. But you know what I'm saying? Like life is so, but also hear me out. any place in the world that you live can be very expensive or it can be affordable. Dubai is definitely not the cheapest country to live in. I'm not going to lie to you, it is not. But the thing that helped me, my journey, is that already within my, like, I didn't have huge living expenses, right? I do have expenses in terms of like places where I help out. I do have expenses such as my upkeep, my work, all the things that I need to do for my work, all that. As well as I don't only take care of myself in terms of like my money just doesn't go just to me, right? I help out in different ways, all of that, like in my family, all of that kind of stuff. So what else do I do with my money? Sorry. So I knew for myself that I needed to, because Dubai is pretty, is not cheap. It is not cheap. And a lot of people will tell you that you need to be earning between this much and that much before you can move here. I honestly just say, let me be honest with you. My bank account and my store, my account of where I pour from really is God. It sounds insane, I know, but that's the beauty of it. It's supposed to sound insane. Really, it truly is trusting God. Somebody asked the question of, did I save and all the things before I moved? No, I didn't. Now, I don't want to advise you not to do that. But what I do want to advise you to trust God, because that's how I live my whole life, just trusting God. And so I said, Lord, I knew that I have enough to, and also just recently before I moved, my work had kind of taken a dip because the fitness line of work, there's seasons where, okay, the beginning of the year, things are doing great. But once you go into like that October, September, things kind of take, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to buy no programs, baby girl. So it's important to have multiple streams. First of all, I have multiple streams of income within the fitness space as a content creator too. So, you know what I'm saying, that's something that you need to look into. And also we all have gifts, right? And I like to make use of the gifts that God has given me for exactly what, you know what I'm saying, I believe that my gifts can make me money. They're tools. My main focus in life never is making money. I don't focus on, okay, I need to make £1,000 by the end of this month. I just really say, I love community. I pour into the people around me. I pour into the work that I do. I really invest my time and my energy toward wherever God has placed me, and it rewards me by making money. Or there's different rewards, but one of them is I make money out of that. And so business minded, right? And also because a lot of people think that being a Christian means that, you know what I'm saying, you can't make money, or like God doesn't want you to make money, or God doesn't want you to want to make money. And it's like, no, money is a tool that is useful, and is useful for good things. With money you can give, with money you can plant a seed, with money you can make use, you know what I'm saying, water the gifts that God, you know what I'm saying. So if you do treat it like that, and this is something that we're going to go into in my Bible study group, where we're going to talk about finances as a Christian, because I think we just need to debunk all of that stuff where it's like struggle or suffering financially or poverty is associated with being Christian-like. And it's like, no, you know what I'm saying, God is a God of abundance, right? But I don't want to get it mixed up and you think that God is a God of abundance so he can give me $1 million. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to you that he's your father, and you can ask, Lord, this is what I would like to do. And also he searches your heart, right? If he knows that you want this money because you want to fulfill you want to, you know, you pour into your pride or your ego, I don't think he's going to bless that. Maybe he might for other reasons that we do not know, but I don't think, you know what I'm saying, God is reasonable, but also he searches your heart. And so when I say Lord, in every single thing that I do, when I first started doing this work, I was selling programs, not even selling them, I was giving them for free. Simply because I was truly invested in, I just want to help people. And so I did that for a very long time until my best friend bullied me. She didn't bully me, but she spoke sense into my head to, no, you got to charge people because this is worth, you know what I'm saying, charge your worth. This is work that you're putting in, sleepless nights, putting in this work, you know what I'm saying, it makes sense. So, okay, cool. Because being a goody person, all the things, and not like, you got to make, at the end of the day, you got to make an income, you got to put food on the table. So God is able to have you do that as long as you have a relationship with money that keeps in mind and holds him as the priority of your life. Not just priority because now I'm broken, it's like, Lord, I need your help. But even when I have money, my money is so paying my tithe, giving and understanding and truly living that money is just a tool. Yes, it can do this, it can do that, but it is just a tool. So even this place that I show you, my apartment and all the things, this is just an extension of His grace. Truly, the greatest gift that we have been given is the one at the cross. That's the ultimate perfection, or that's the ultimate image of love and perfection and of gift. So all of this stuff is just an extension of His grace. So I live like that and I treat it as such. So if I get the car, if I get the apartment, what is it useful for? Like, what is it useful for? It's not just for me to be on the 19th floor of an apartment and overlooking the whole city of Dubai, and you know what I'm saying, that's stroking my ego, that's stroking my pride. Oh, now I feel like I'm better than everybody. No, this for me communicates, wow, God is sovereign. I literally put this on my vision board and I wanted to be able to experience this and see the world, because I know where I come from and I know what I come from. And as I said on my video the other day, that this is an extension of the grace of God. At one point in my life, this is not what God's grace looked like. At one point, His grace looked like me finally being able to have a bed. At one point, it looked like me finally being able to afford to buy a desk so that I could edit my videos off of, because I've been editing my videos for many years on my bed and my back from that. And I used to say, Lord, you know what I'm saying, I trust you, because yeah, you know what I'm saying, you can imagine, like I'm like this and I would edit for like 48 hours straight on my back, on my bed. You know what I'm saying? So His grace looks different at every season. And every season, I am incredibly grateful for whatever it is that He has given to me for that time. I don't look at it and think to myself, well, I would much rather have this. I just know that it's only a matter of time. And that is how I truly live my life. It's only a matter of time. So if it's something that I want, I truly assess, why do I want this thing? What is the heart behind it? If I want the desk, okay, it is so that I can work out better. So you treat those things as just a tool. If I want the home, okay, I want the home that has a balcony, whatever. It's a tool. It is just an extension of His grace. And every season, the extension of His grace looks different. And you are grateful for it, but you don't lose sight of who is most important and who you're here for and what your gifts are useful for, over all of this stuff which is in the world, which you're going to die and leave anyways. Sounds crazy, but you are going to leave all of this. You're not going with the house. You're not going with the apartment. You're not going with the, you know what I'm saying. So that's how I live my life. But all of that we're going to talk about in the Bible study group, because I cannot wait. Yeah. One of the essential things to know before moving to Dubai. So Dubai has rules, right? It is a Muslim country. And I did get the question of, why would you move to Dubai as a Christian? Why a Muslim country? Let me be completely honest with you. I don't think about those things. I don't think that, oh, because this country is this, I cannot practice my Christian faith. Christ is in me. He is with me. He is in me. So wherever I go, He's with. So it's not even you know what I'm saying, it's not even a thing for me to be like, oh, I can't go, because He's in me. If He has called me to go somewhere, I'm going. It doesn't matter what you know what I'm saying. And above everything else, respecting people's religious beliefs and religions is still the same practice, even when you are in South Africa or when you're in Zimbabwe or when you are in whatever country. It still is how you carry yourself, like to be respectful of people's beliefs, to respectful of their rules, and also understand that if I'm coming to a Muslim country, I have to respect how they do things, and because this is their home. So I'm not coming over here and trying to do my own thing and blah, 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 blah. I respect and honor their way of life. You know what I'm saying? And also Dubai is not the kind of strict that people think to say, oh, you cannot wear this, or you cannot, you know what I'm saying? It is strict, but they don't even have to be strict, because it really should be a common thing, or common knowledge for us to know that if I go to somebody else's home, when I get there, I do as they do, because it is in respect of those people. And also me doing as they do does not strip me of my belief in Christ. You know what I'm saying? It does not remove me. I'm suddenly less of a Christian because I honored or respected a Muslim person. You know what I'm saying? There is a way of dressing. Things like PDA are not like, I'm not about to stand in the street and like make out. But also I'm just like, who does that? Like, I don't know. I wasn't doing that in South Africa. I don't know. Maybe y'all want to, I just don't think that's a normal thing to do. I do like PDA though. No, I just like showing affection to my person who doesn't exist yet. I just like, in my world, I just like showing affection to my person. So if I understand that, okay, we can't do too much, let's bring it back. I can fully understand that. Listen, when we're home, when we're married, keyword, married. When we're home, you know what I'm saying? Baby, what are we doing? So, those are easy rules to follow. Yes, it's not as strict and all the things. You can still wear your shorts and all. I just don't do dress like that anyways. So it's actually even more beautiful because I was already transitioning and trying to change the way that I just hear me out. Having shared my journey about my faith and my Christian belief, and having shared who God is to me and Christ, I want us to understand this. Because someone said, oh, it's so beautiful, 2024, everybody's coming back to the faith. I have never not been in the faith. I just want us to highlight that. I do come from a Christian home, and when I share my journey with you, I'm talking about the maturity within my belief. So at one point, God was just a thought, considered that, oh, there is a God above, there is Christ. I didn't really understand. I didn't really question. I just, okay, I acknowledge you, shout out. But now with maturity, you got to move differently, because if you have knowledge of God, as I said, if you have knowledge of God, you can't have the knowledge of God and still live like the world. So God has allowed me, walk me through that maturity. I'm maturing. So when I was a baby, we ate what? Milk, all the things. Now we're growing. Now we can take solid food, and that's what it is. So I've never not been Christian. So it's beautiful that a lot of people coming to the faith love that, but that's just not my story. So I don't want us to get it confused. I'm not like, oh, coming to the faith and it's like, oh, finally God exists. No, I always know that God exists. Even when I dabbled in like African traditional, that belief system and all the things, I still knew that God, saying God was still somebody that I considered, and Christ was still, I'm saying? So I don't want us to get it confused over there. I just want to highlight that part, because I said, oh, that's not my story, but that is somebody else's story, and we love that, but that isn't my story. So I just want us to get that correct. Prepare yourself financially, as moving in itself, not just living in Dubai, but moving to a different country can be expensive, because you're paying for the flight, you're paying for the visas, you're moving around wherever you're staying. Accommodation, all the things. I'm currently staying in an area where I'm looking at the space and I'm like, I want to give myself time to see what it is like to live here, the metro, the bus, because I don't drive, the Kareem, Uber, all the things. So putting myself, while I'm staying in an Airbnb, to get an experience of what the area is like. Do I want to live here? Then fully committing, but understand that moving part of it is expensive, but also understand that it is a one-time cost, and so you won't ever have to pay that money like again and again and again and every month, but you have to be prepared for that financially, because it can take a toll on that pocket. Anyway, so especially when it comes to securing accommodation, like moving into an apartment, because you've got your deposits and all the things, and building that relationship with your landlord, all that kind of stuff. And also, I do want to highlight that one of the things to remember about moving to Dubai is very safe, especially as a young woman. It is a shock to me being able to walk around at night and not fearing for your life. It's even moved me to thinking, oh, I'm going to get my license now, my driver's license. Everybody's been on my case about, you don't have a license. I said, listen, park the bus. I'm coming. I knew that God had a time. I have enjoyed being on the passenger side, Uber has been my life for a very long time, and as well as the Khao train. But now I said, listen, I'm in Dubai, it's safe. I'm not driving thinking, will somebody pull up to the car and point a gun and say, get out right now? Things like that to somebody else is doable and all the things, but for me that was just I don't want that anxiety. So now that I'm in a country where I know that it is very safe, I can drive, all the things, I'm inspired to get my license. So I'm going to get my license, and then God willing, next year we will be driving. Oh my God, when I start driving, you guys will never hear the end of it, because I'm going to be vlogging in the car. I cannot wait. God willing, if the Lord can just bless me with a Kia or a Mercedes or an Audi, I'll be okay. As my first car, I'll be fine. But also but also keep in mind, like, these things don't matter to me in like they're not like, oh my God, I gotta drive a Mercedes. The Lord can give me a Nissan something. I'll be okay. It moves me from point A to point B. You know what I'm saying? But first of all, I do want to get a car for home. I do want to give my parents a car. So if I can do that first, then I'll be okay to get a car. But I just want to, if I can just do that, car for my mom and car for my dad, sorted, done, then I'll consider getting myself a car. For now, let's just get the license and get prepared so that we can actually open the door to those opportunities, and also show the Lord that I'm very serious, Lord. So there's a significantly large community of expats in Dubai. So you're not feeling out of place, or like, oh, because I hold a passport from this country, or because I hold a green passport, who's looking at me like, no, it's like, nah, nobody really cares. Everybody here is from somewhere else. If they're not from the UAE, it's from somewhere else. And so everybody just wants to get to know where you're from, what do you do, all this stuff. And nobody really fixates on that to say, why are you here? Like, why are you living here? Why would you leave? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And it's just beautiful, you know? You feel welcomed, you feel at home. It's just amazing. It really is amazing. Like, it just is so welcoming. And Dubai also has built itself around being accommodating to people that are foreigners, which is just also another thing that I truly appreciate. I'm not saying that it is cheap, or, you know, I'm saying it's no, you're probably paying a little bit more and all the things, but it comes at a cost because you're in somebody else's country. So be okay with paying, because, you know what I'm saying, to stay home. I'm here to, you know, so as I ease myself in here, I got to pay my dues, whatever that is. We're going to do honor, respect the religion, the way of life, all the things. And so it's relatively easy to adjust if you're open-minded and respectful of local customs. Okay, so the next one, how did you manage financially before the move? So I want to be completely honest with you. I didn't have a big budget. No, I didn't have a detailed financial plan before I moved to Dubai. When I moved to Dubai, I didn't have none of that. I didn't set money aside, like budget for like the last 6 months, and then okay, now I'm ready to move. I didn't do that. Why? Because like I said, I didn't plan on moving abroad that soon. I said, Lord, I have enough for the flight, there and back, in case I need to come back. I have enough for a place to stay for at least a month. I probably had enough for a little bit more than that, but also, and also I had enough to move around, all the things. So I trust God. And also my line of work allows for me I make a significant amount of money every month. I have multiple streams of income, being able to earn in rands, being able to earn in pounds, being able to earn in US dollars. And those are the streams that I've built over the years that I've been doing this work. And so I didn't have a big budget. I had enough to cover those parts. And as a freelancer, typically I earn, I don't want to tell you guys how much I earn, but I do earn a significant amount. And also I do know that if I did want to earn more, I can make it happen as quickly as tonight, as the Lord allows me. So as the Lord blesses it. And so, you know what I'm saying? As long as we've got two hands, that's how I think. As long as I've got my two hands, my 2 feet, oh, we can make something happen today. If it meant going to pick up a job and like clean houses and all the things, like if that's what it came to, we're gonna do that because we're gonna make the money. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm programmed. So I didn't budget, like have a big budget, all the things. I just know how much I make every single month and know that it is a good enough amount, and I can increase on that. I can increase that should I want to do that. I will advise budgeting. I will advise it. Listen, don't. I do advise budgeting. Budget, okay? Don't do what I did. I don't want to encourage you, because then you come here and then, oh, she said she came with all that, you just packed the bags, and then it's like, I'm not holding that. I don't want none of that. And so I just took the leap, trusting that God would take care of me and provide for everything that I needed. And I can confidently say that He's done just that and more. So, you know, take a look at the apartment. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I mean, hello. It really is a blessing from God. It really is a blessing from God. All of it. Every single part of it. None of it is by my strength. None of it is by my intelligence. None of it is because, oh, I'm so smart. Absolutely not. It is truly by the goodness of God that I sit here right now. So yeah, I just want to emphasize that it truly was an act of faith for me to move here in all ways. Truly trusting God. We're going to talk about that in more in depth on the podcast. How did you find the people, culture, and environment in Dubai? The environment is very welcoming, especially for professionals. The culture is unique due to the blend of traditional Arab values and modern global influences. And so there's a good blend of the modern world and a good blend of Dubai, of like the Arabian culture and all the things. So I want to emphasize that Dubai is fast paced. I've lived in Joburg, so we're here, you know what I'm saying? I moved to Cape Town. I stayed in Cape Town for a little bit, and I felt like Cape Town was like, you know what I'm saying, more chill, more calm, and I like that. I do look forward to going back to Cape Town. But Dubai is very like fast paced, like things are moving, gotta be jacked up. And it offers a high standard of living and a vibrant social scene, which makes it easier to find your footing. And so, yeah, that can be a great opportunity depending on what you want to do here. Okay, so and then the next question: how am I loving Dubai so far? How do I feel about Dubai so far? So far, so good. I've enjoyed how safe it is. I love that. I love that. You know, I sleep with my door unlocked some nights. I don't advise that. I just forgot to lock my door. But you know what I'm saying? There's been some nights where I forgot, you know what I'm saying? But the safety here is just everything. Not getting catcalled, not people not looking at you like, you know what I'm saying? Like the men breathing on your neck. Let's just keep it cute. So you don't have that here. People are very respectful. Men are very respectful to women, and women also very respectful to men. So it's just a beautiful community. So far, I absolutely love Dubai. I want to be here for as long as I will be here. I know this is also just a stepping stone for me, honestly, God willing. But so far, so good. There's a lot of opportunities in Dubai. It is literally the world of opportunities. I think it is. You know what I'm saying? I think it is. There's so much that you can do. There's so many options and all the things. And also just being a person who's not afraid to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like you can still appreciate you can still appreciate how things are done at home. You know what I'm saying? Like I have my Robinson spices here. I'm still making my 7 colors. You know what I'm saying? I'm not yes, it's different from what I'm used to, but change is good. Depending on what you want in your life, change is good. Groceries. Now, grocery shopping has been a tricky one for me because the grocery store that I went to, the first time that I went to a grocery store in Dubai, I went to Carrefour. Okay. Carrefour is a big grocery store chain that is here in Dubai, and that's where I went to go get my groceries. I got so overwhelmed with the groceries because when I looked online, everybody was saying, oh, this place is expensive, this place is cheap, this place is that, this place is that, this place is cheap, but you can't really, but their goods, actually, their food gets bad in like 2 days. I think someone's at my door. Yes, it is. We got a package. Oh, hi, how are you? Thank you so much. I got the LED lights. My apartment doesn't have has very limited plug points. So I got an extension cord, as well as I got photography kit, light kit, because I'm going to be filming in the evening, especially for the podcast episodes, because I'm always here. And so I'm like, Lord, I don't want to be limited to only speaking when there's light outside. A lot of the thoughts that I have when I speak to God happen at night. And so I said, let's do it. So we're going to set this up, all the things, this evening. Let's just, because I was like looking on TikTok, everything. I said, let's bring back down. Okay. It's the same thing when I'm in Johannesburg, right? I can tell you that Woolworths is good, but if you want to, you know what I'm saying, if you want the quality, you're going to pay a couple of rands, but it is, you know what I'm saying, quality chips. Kids, I can tell you that Checkers is like this. So anybody can say Checkers is, somebody can say Woolworths quality isn't good. Somebody can say it's the best that they've ever experienced. Somebody can say Checkers is the worst. Somebody can say Checkers is the best. So I'm just like, I just need to experience it for myself and decide what is best for my pocket and for my taste. So I went to Carrefour on a Friday evening. First mistake. Don't do that. It was packed. It was packed on a Friday evening with kids, families, everything. Everybody's crying, everybody's screaming. I want this, I want that. Mommy, daddy, yeah. All the different millions of accents just here. Here. I said, listen, I can't do it. Okay? Sign me out. I did it though. I bought the groceries. I spent more than I was so tired and exhausted. I spent more than, and listen, I literally was, because obviously now I'm buying the groceries. I don't know what 1,000 dirhams means in rands or in pounds or in dollars. So I had to calculate every single thing, because I'm like, I'm not about to get to the till and say, ma'am, this is going to be 3,000 dirhams. And that doesn't translate anything to me. And I have a cart full of things. And then I have to bring back the cart because the cart declined. I said, you're not about to do me like that. Not in my second week of living here. So I calculated, and I think my grocery store the first week came up to about, I'm sorry, I'm going to be using different currencies simply because this is how, like when I'm banking all the things, came up to about 100 and something pounds, maybe 150 pounds. So you can calculate what that is. Yeah. It was not cute. I was not proud, but I just had to just throw myself in there, pay the money, regret it, and then I would do better. So that's what that was. You also have Waitress. Waitress is also a chain, a grocery store chain. It's not just in the UAE, it's also in England and all the things. So that is that's more like your high end, you know what I'm saying? You're paying, that's like your Woolworths basically. That's what your Woolworths, but I feel like it's worse than Woolworths. I feel like Woolworths is just in a standard of its own. I'm not gonna lie, you just have to experience it. Go to South Africa and go to Woolies. You know what I'm saying? Just go to Woolies. It's just a different world. It's just a different place. It's just a different standard. It's just a different way of life. If I do say so myself, I miss it. I love it. I will always be a Woolies girly. But yeah, Waitrose is something like that, and it's got but it's not cheap. So in terms of like grocery stores, the prices are similar prices in the Western countries. So you may find that, but you'll find that imported goods are expensive. As you guys can probably tell, it's very much evening right now. Alcohol consumption is only allowed in licensed places, so you can't just drink like on the street. Also, I haven't seen people drinking. Like, well, obviously, if you go to the club, if you go to the thing, you're gonna drink all the things. But I'm just saying, like, there's certain places where you cannot just pop a bottle and like at the bus stop, just pop a bottle of Hennessy and just. And Dubai is very strict in terms of like their rules. It's not like a joke. Like, it's not like I don't care, I do whatever. They don't roll like that. Like, they really are, because this is what keeps the UAE as it is. This is what keeps the space as it is, maintaining those laws and those rules. So you gotta be respectful and abide by those laws. It's not the kind of cut corners or, you know, saying, let me just slide you a 50, you know what I'm saying, and let me go. That ain't, they saying that it's not the kind of party. You will go to jail. You will go to jail. Yeah. And I don't say this to scare you, but I'm just saying, like, it really, for me, it just communicates being a normal human being. Like, just like, don't be drinking on the street. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, don't be drinking on the street. It's a normal thing. Why would I want to be drinking? If I'm drinking, I'm probably in my house, I'm at the club, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is. But yeah, I'm not a huge alcohol person anyway, so that stuff doesn't really like. But I'm just saying, for the person that would want to know. Dubai is extremely tourist friendly. There's so many beautiful things to do here. So many things to do for entertainment. So many places to go. There is always something that you can do any day of the week that is fun to do. Yeah, if you got friends. Or if you're doing solo. Like I said, I came here on a solo trip and I had a ball. So Dubai, as I also want to say, is the land of convenience. Do you understand what I'm saying? The land of convenience. Like, the mere fact that you can order somebody to come and give you a massage in your house. Like, I don't have to, like, you can book someone to come and give you a massage in your house on the day off. Do you know what I'm saying that is? Or somebody to come help clean up your apartment. Like, I've used that a lot. Having somebody to come help me, I'm saying, yeah, because sometimes it just be getting a lot. And with work and all the things, and I'm crying my eyes out, all the stuff, I'm like, listen, I just need a clean space. So there's been times where I'm at the gym and I'm like, okay, I really would appreciate coming back to a clean space today. And then I'll book that online over the phone. Like, there's an app, you go onto the app, you have someone tell them what times you want them to come in. Do you want them to come with equipment or not, like stuff to clean up? What time you want them to come in? And obviously, I've left my place unlocked many a times. Not this apartment, but the one that I stayed in before. And then they come in, they clean, do all the things. And then you come back to a clean space. Yeah, and also you can let them know and say, hey, I just wanted you to just please help me out with the dishes and the laundry and all that stuff. I do appreciate help. I will not ever stand here and be like, oh, I do like a clean space. I clean, you know what I'm saying? I come from a household where we spring cleaning on Saturdays, Sundays, like it was deep. So it's engraved in me to clean up my space but I'm a normal human being. There are times where I slip up and I can go days. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Allow it. It'd be like that sometimes, and when that happens, it is what it is. We just gotta adjust, and let's get some help, somebody to come help out. Obviously, being respectful in toward the people that are helping you out, because you know what I'm saying, this isn't because I'm paying, I can So I do leave my apartment quite generally kind of tidied up, but just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Like, I'm not like having like my underwear all over the place. she doesn't need to be seen, none of that, you know. So I do leave it, you know what I'm saying, yes, the dishes are there, all of that sort of stuff, but there's just certain things that are just like common knowledge to know that, okay, if somebody's going to come into your space, there's certain things that you can't just have, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's just how we were raised. I'm not saying everybody's the same, I'm not saying you need to be like me, but this is just how I'm saying, like, we wanted to go watch a movie, and she was busy because she was writing assignments and, you know what I'm saying, pushing game. She's getting that back. She's getting us out the hood. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, oh, what can I do? So I planned like a little, I booked like 2 hours before somebody to come and give us massages, and they came and set up. She was in the room like doing her work and all the things in my bedroom. And then they set up in the lounge, and then I went and got her. And when she came to the lounge, ta-da, we had there were massage beds in the lounge, and we got beautiful, such good massages. Like they were 10 out of 10. Those ladies did amazing. We got a beautiful massage, and then after that, she had no idea, because I planned to also bring the cinema home. So after that, as soon as the massage finished and the ladies wrapped up and they left, I had a couple of cinemas deliver, because you can book that online again. You can order it like you're ordering food, like popcorn, butter popcorn, pizza. I'll put an image on the screen. That was us. It was so cute, so lovely. But I just love doing things for my best friend anytime that I can, because that's just how our friendship is. We love on each other intentionally, and we know how blessed we are to have one another. So it's just the cutest thing. So I love her so much. Yeah, she left like 2 days ago, but yeah, the convenience in Dubai has been what surprised me the most. When you culture shocks, everywhere is always closed, like the doors are always closed, and you would think that, oh, this place is not open, but it's like, no, it's open. Just because of the air conditioning, it's closed. The heat, let's talk about the heat. Dubai is really hot. The most has probably been like 40 degrees roundabout there. I moved at the good time, because this is like going into winter of Dubai. This is like year end. But May, June, July, August, it goes up to about 50 degrees. And some of the locals here have told me, not the locals, but people that work here have told me that, oh, we go back to our home countries around that time. That's how hot it is, because nobody's trying to do nothing. So there isn't work. And so people actually go back to their homes. You know what I'm saying? Which is insane. So it's like, it does get really hot. I have experienced the heat, but also I feel like now I'm used to the humidity. It is very humid. The first time when I stepped out of the airport, I said, like, I feel like I said, y'all feel that? Why do I feel like I can take a bite of the air? That's how humid it is. Like, it's like, it hits you like, that's how, it's incredible. It's so humid. So obviously Dubai is a desert, the UAE. Dubai is in a desert, so of course it's gonna be hot, it's gonna be humid, all the things, but it's livable, because everywhere you go there's AC. The Ubers, there's AC everywhere. Like, it's just when you step outside, like when I stepped out into the balcony, that's a bit hot. That's a bit hot, you know what I'm saying? You can feel the humidity, but now it's in the evening. Toward the evenings, it gets a little chilly. Not chilly like, oh, let me grab a blanket. No, just like, you can step outside for a minute or two. And I feel like the world comes alive in Dubai in the evenings too. Like when I stayed before, it was like a community family space. The children would come out, all the things, in the evening time, because obviously it's a lot cooler and the sun has gone down. So yeah, the heat is something to adjust to, but it's not anything that you couldn't. If you're coming from colder countries, like you're coming from the UK, good luck. I have no words for you, but good luck. But if you're coming from like South Africa, you're coming from Zimbabwe, you're coming from like Namibia, you're coming from Botswana, you're used to that heat. You know what I'm saying? You're used to a little hot. You know what I'm saying? Just a little. But it's nothing like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's nothing like it. Like, it still feels like, if hell is hotter than this, cling to your Bible today. Cling to that Bible today. Yeah, but it kind of gives you a glimpse, kind of gives you a glimpse to be like, it's too hot to be sinning. It's way too hot. Listen, you clock it, you think it's way too hot to be knee deep in sin. You know what I'm saying? You think things through. When you have the invitation to go to that place, you think twice Do I really need to be, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he wants me to come over. No. Ring, baby, ring. Where's the ring? Ring a roses. When I moved here, the Lord said to me, first thing, when you get to Dubai, find a church. And that's the first thing that I did. Found a church. So I have a church home. I go to church every Sunday. It's beautiful. We had communion last week. It is a scripture-led church. You know, God just loves me. He just like, I've been looking for a scripture-focused church for the longest time. In South Africa, I didn't go to church. I didn't have a church. I had churches that I visited like a couple of times, but I didn't have like a home church. Now I feel like I have a home church. So it's like, okay, Dubai, you just ticking all the boxes. Hello, trying to flirt with me. But yeah, there's a lot of meetup groups. There's running clubs. There's a Dubai online community WhatsApp group where there's everybody and you ask all the things. And yesterday I messaged him. I was like, can somebody help me figure out how to turn on the stove? Because I couldn't figure out how to turn on my stove. And I was getting hangry. So yeah, there's church services, there's fitness classes where you can make friends. So there's a lot of opportunities, wide array of opportunities. And also keep in mind, everybody here is coming from somewhere else in the world and they probably don't have like family and things like that. So they're just like you are. So you're not alone in trying to make friends. They're not going to look at you like, no. Everybody is trying to do exactly what you also trying to do. So it's just a matter of speak up, put yourself in those spaces, talk to people, engage. Hey, how are you? All the things, and pray. If you want to look for work in Dubai or in the UAE, highly recommend LinkedIn. I recommend you pay for the paid LinkedIn subscription because that's going to afford you the opportunity to be able to actually message the recruiters and speak to them directly, which gives you a better chance at being responded to or getting a response or being chosen for work. But another thing is that someone said to me upon moving here to say that, for example, like I'm in the fitness space, like trying to be a personal trainer, all the things. If when I applied to a couple of jobs because I was getting anxious, my anxiety was kicking in. So I was like, no, maybe let me get a job. So I just have that security, knowing that they're going to take care of the visa process, all the things, like I don't have to figure things out on my own. And I thought to myself, fine, let me get a job. And I looked on LinkedIn, but it's like, I didn't even get a single response. I probably applied to 2 places. I didn't get a single response, but since I've moved here and I've submitted my CV with my phone number, my Dubai phone number, then my UAE phone number, now I'm getting responses and all the things like, hey, blah, blah, blah. But I'm also still feeling, I don't know if I'm there. Like I do want, like, I'm just like testing the water, trying to see where God wants me. So yeah, but if you do want to go through that route, you can, because also someone said to me that you're not likely to get a response when you're outside of Dubai or outside the UAE, because it's like there are many people here that probably have the same skill, can do what you do already here. So why would they choose you unless you've got a special skill over someone that's already available here? So usually it is the kind of thing where it's like when you're on ground, it's easier to kind of, you know what I'm saying, get the job. But I'm not saying it is impossible. It is possible and has been possible for a lot of people, where you go onto LinkedIn, speak to the recruiter or apply for a job and you get it. I just say pray. Pray to God, speak to God, see where he wants you. But I do recommend going through LinkedIn, as well as contacts, talking to people, having the right people, having conversations with the right people opens doors for you. So that's another way that you can do, because somebody can tell that, oh, my recruiter is actually looking for someone to do this, and, you know, saying connect. So putting yourself in those spaces when there's networking events in your country, in your city, attend those, speak up, talk to people, build a business community, because Dubai is highly business oriented. Somebody asked, do you have any advice for aspiring Christian business women or entrepreneurs looking to move to Dubai? One thing that I would encourage you is to stay true to your faith and invite God into every single thing that you do. Do not do anything outside of his wisdom, outside of his instruction, outside of his command. And with every gift that God has given you, position yourself to say, Lord, where are these gifts useful to serve the kingdom of God, before you think about how are they useful to serve people here or to make you money or to serve the world. Because when it is useful over there, it makes sense here. Don't be afraid to take risks, because again, as Christians, sometimes we feel like we should take the relaxed posture, like, oh, I can't do like the crazy things. Like, no. And we call it crazy faith, but really it is just faith. That's what it is. To trust God, and that's what has brought me here, and what has brought me to that has allowed me to do every single thing that I've been able to do. Simply trusting God, because he said, trust me. Taking risks is uncomfortable, but on the other side of that discomfort is what you're looking for and what you're praying for. So allow God to put you in those places and be intentional about each step that you take, and inviting God into every single thing that I do. People here have money, like stupid money, like insane money, and I cannot live the same lifestyle. So you got to know who you are, ground yourself in who you are, know what you're here for, and do what you're here for, and stick with that. Don't get lost in the crowd. Don't try to fit in. Oh, because everybody's going, then that means I need to go to. If it doesn't align with where I'm going, if it doesn't align with what's available to me right now, I have no business doing that. You know what I'm saying? So when you do truly root yourself in Christ, those things just come as second nature. You know that if it's not serving to God, if the Lord hasn't said to me that he wants me in that space, I'm not going. So yeah. Somebody asked, what did my family think about my move? My family has been very supportive, incredibly supportive. Nothing that was, oh, you can't. Also, I only shared with my immediate family that I was moving. There actually is a lot of my family that has no idea that I'm here right now. Simply because that's just how, it's not like a thing, it's like, oh, I withheld information. No, that's just how I live my life. I just share with those that would care to know in that moment of where I am and what I'm doing. So I share with my immediate family what I want to do. I was very strategic with who I shared with, because there's certain family, you know, sometimes people will put fear in your head. So for me, I'm like, I don't even want to open that door. So a lot of the things that I said, some of my family that I shared with, I told them when the flight had been booked and the accommodation had been booked, because now there's no turning back, because I know myself. I hold my family's opinions and what they have to say highly. So I don't want to give myself that opportunity to be like, oh, somebody speak fear into what I want to do. Then suddenly I'm like questioning, like, should I do this? No. So yeah, but my family is incredibly supportive. Yeah, my family's always been like that. Like, get out there and do what you got to do. Not do what you got to do, but get out there and make us proud and represent us. That's it. So it's even me being here, it's not just about me. Like, I've known that even before I moved here, that it's not just about me. So I have cousins, I have sisters, I have brothers, all the things. And if me being here can benefit them in any way, that's why I'm here. It opens a door that whoever else wants to, I'm here, I will help. So my family is incredibly supportive. Yeah, that's that. Okay, the dating life in Dubai. I have not experienced the dating life in Dubai. Let me say that. So we are yet to live to tell the tale of what that is like. I do know what I want. I do know that I am a Christian woman. I'm a woman of God, and very proud of that. And it is humbling, right? And so I have no business, you know what I'm saying? I'm very intentional about how I date and things like that. And like, I'm not just going on a date just to go on a date. I do know what I like. I've communicated that to God. If it doesn't look like that, we have no business. It's not clicking. So yeah, that's the date. A lot of people say that the dating life here is not the best because, as I said, people are just focused on what can I get from you. Some people might be dating you because they just want to experience, you know what I'm saying, like someone wanting to experience. I've never dated a black woman, so and it's like, you have me messed up, because absolutely not. So there's a lot of things about the dating life in Dubai, but I'm looking forward to a unique experience, because all of this is in God's hands. You know what I'm saying? People can say that this is what it is, blah, 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 blah. If God has decided that you're supposed to cross paths with someone at this point, at this time, even if I'm locked up in my house, that person will come knock at the door and God will make it happen. And so that's what it is. I don't put myself out there to be like, oh my God, let me go on dates. I'm not on any dating sites like I used to, because I wanted to take matters into my own hands. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. Right? That's what it says. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. Yeah. So he who finds. So I'm not doing the searching. I'm not doing but also I'm not closed off. If somebody says, hey, only if his shoes look good. The shoe game, it's important. But I would say, I do see myself, I do pray for it. A man of God. Yeah. Definitely a man of God. Yeah, someone just on their walk too, just as I am. And I will know when that person comes along, because he will be like what I've asked for, or what God has decided is what I need. So right now, that doesn't exist. Right now, I hope that you've been blessed by this information. I do look forward to putting up something together that I'm going to present on my website as an option for those that would like to visit Dubai and those that would like to move to Dubai, where I'm going to gather up all this information, and then this is where I'm going to really break down the numbers, give you exactly what I did, how much I've paid, who I've used, who I've spoken to, the agencies, all of that, give you all those contact details, and then I'm going to put that all together into a package, and I'm going to put that on my website. And so if you'd want to purchase that, I can contact the safaris or the vendors on your behalf, organize the entire holiday package for you, and put that together. I did travel and tourism in school, and I never knew, I always wondered how God would make use of that, and so I think maybe this is it. So I'm looking forward to doing that and helping out in any way that I could. If you have any questions, do put them down below. I hope this information has been useful to you and you've been blessed. Shout out to the noise in the background because I'm going to speak over it, and I have enjoyed this video. I hope you've also enjoyed this video. I will see you in my podcast episode that is coming up, as well as my next video is going to be my morning routine in Dubai, so do look forward to that, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Be blessed, seek God first, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao.
Tell me why you're crying, how can it big you? When you gave me something I don't really feel.